Good evening, everybody. How are you guys doing? We are ready to have our second King Puff tournament. Um, I'm ready here with Palace of Dreams. I don't know if you guys know him. He is currently at the top of the leaderboard. He will be joining us and casting tonight, and later on I will be joined by 10 pucks. So the new format, it's gonna be the rush building deck. I don't know if you guys heard about that. One second. I'm gonna forgot something. Alright. So yeah, the rush table deck, people got told their allowed list of cards 20 minutes before the match, and then they had 20 minutes to build a deck and then play against each other. And so let's get in Palace. And then Yo, Palace, how you doing, man? You are live right now.
Okay, thanks for this. I just want to say that you do a fantastic job with your production and the way you present your topics. I'm really happy to be on the show, but more than that, I'm proud of you. You surely have a great career in streaming that.
Thank you, dude. Thank you a lot. All right,
yeah,
guys.
Thank you for providing us with such a high quality material to behold tonight, and I hope your viewers have prepared their tickets. Otherwise, we're not gonna let them in. No.
All right, guys. I hope you guys have your tickets ready. And yes, that is the manly voice. He's also called the Devil, the Doom, the voice of the Hell. We've had it all in the stream, and yeah, he's gonna be casting for us tonight. So yeah, we're gonna head into the first match here, which is going to be Rush second versus Tempox at 148. Tell me when you are ready, Palace.
Okay, let's bring it in. Okay.
I'm ready for the game. Are you good?
Mm-hmm.
All right, starting in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to another exciting round of Minion Master.
Holy shit, that introduction. Duel. Fucking. Oh my god, wait. Oh yeah, okay, so I'm I messed up the start, man. Okay. So we immediately see Tempox having an easy start with the last stand, right? Taking both bridges, 7 mana. It's as easy as
that's a very bold move, I must admit, for such a high cost.
Indeed.
7 mana to go, open up the match.
And there comes the overkill. And wow, man, he has the Annihilator. That's such a good card against the last stand. Rush second having the perfect answer.
Yeah, definitely. He always plays wisely and is an unpredictable player. Always possesses an idea to deal with your frontal assaults, whether it's your spell card, needing card, doesn't matter.
Wow,
like a true champion, he has to pull out a card down his sleeve, like a true poker player.
The true poker player and Rush second, man. But you know, Tempox did really nicely up there with the last stand, Chain Lightning and the Setsu jump. And Rush second taking so much damage, already down half HP.
Wow.
That's so much. And the
everything is moving so swiftly on this side.
Are we gonna go over what cards are allowed and banned? Actually, I think it would be nice for 3FA to just post you guys the link, and then you can take your own look at the cards that are allowed and what are banned. So yeah, again, the Setsu jump, and he's being so aggressive with it as well. Tempox doesn't even care about the last stand anymore. That's pushing to his base. He knows.
He finally displays the true colors of an aggressive rusher. Just my style. All in.
winner.
The style of Palace, the rusher, and that is working out for 10 bucks as well. You know, we had that game style of rush second, man. He just couldn't apply any pressure, right? There was nothing that he could do. He was just placing last stand, and that got dealt with so easily. While 10 bucks by himself was pushing all the time with the cleaver, with the last stand, and the setsu push with the setsu jump. That's just so strong. Another thing, guys, I'm sorry about the cards. Like the card review and the banned list and stuff. I'm just gonna put something out here. We have 30 games to cast. Or 30 matches. If we take 20 minutes per match, that's gonna be a 10-hour stream. So 5 hours tonight, 5 hours tomorrow. So, you know, I kinda have a tight schedule for that. We can't really...
Yeah, we decided to split it up to have a preacher between those massive group of games we've prepared for you.
Indeed. So yeah, we're not going to be able to talk about every card that is banned and allowed in the streams. But the list will be posted in the chat by 10 Pucks, aka 3v3 Master, and Dan 3FFA, the mods and casters. Okay. You ready to jump in the second match? 10 Pucks with this rush second. 154 started.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, starting in 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Let's see who will be our next champion.
This is Minion Masters. Forced to duel.
This introduction, man, I love it. They certainly did well with that new replay introduction. Yes, 10 Bucks was our champion last season, or you know, last season, and the first winner of the King Puff tournament. So I think we can safely favor him in this match, right? But Rush Second has done really well this season. I don't know if you guys are keeping track of the leaderboard, but Rush Second is in the top 10 a lot, and even in the top 5 more overly. He's been consistently the high-ranked player, and so yeah, these two people are really great start into the tournament.
You know, they're extremely talented and passionate about what they do. I had met Rush Second on the beginning of this ranked season. On the beginning, he was not playing and fighting so expertly as he does now. He has learned a lot of stuff, gained a lot of knowledge and experience about this game, and it made him come this far to the top 5.
Yeah, see, that's such a great thing to see as well. Like a person joining, or you know, getting way better in one season, and you can see the progress. It's just so good in Mini Masters. It's easy to pick up, but hard to learn.
So happy to see people simply rising their skill levels beyond their limits. I mean, it simply warms my heart to see that.
Indeed. So we see Rush Second having now turning this game around. He is applying the pressure. He got the last stands going in, and 10 Bucks is struggling to find an answer for them. Rush Second stunning the Succubus the second time in the game and buying his last stand a lot of time and a lot of damage. There's nearly 1,000 damage for 10 Bucks here, and still no real answer. You see, Rush Second is in such a nice position. He's just so comfortable. He has 10 mana floating around. The range increase now. The Succubus being dealt with for free, basically. He just doesn't even know where to spend his mana or what to do. He's just sitting back and relaxing. This seems like a nice stroll in the evening.
You know that these legionnaires within the last stand group remind me of those Spartans. They fight with so much passion in their hearts.
Indeed.
Establish the control over the British.
They will hold the bridges and shall not let anybody pass. And there's another one at the top. Again, 4 legionnaires and 10 Bucks. You know, Chain Lightning doing some damage, but that's another 600, 700 damage to the face.
Yeah, you know, people actually learn to split the last and those 8 minions you gain. when you summon this card to the bridges, they send 4 on the one side and 4 on the other side. In case your opponent prepares a boomer or a fireball to deal with them,
Yeah,
you
we
simply save at least half of them.
We see exactly what you're talking about right now. See, Tenpox just used all the 8 legionnaires on the top. They all get chain lightning and get dealt with by an archer squad. While Rush Second split up his units and gets way more value. And in a game where your deck is really weird and clunky and you haven't tested it because you set up your deck 20 minutes before you started playing, that's a huge deal, right? So that's the big thing. So try to get as much value as you can for these matches and for your cards, because the decks in this game will not be, or this tournament will not be as refined and have not so many answers.
I completely agree with you on that one. The more damage you inflict upon the enemy, the closer you are to the victory. That's for sure. You have to simply wisely summon your minions. Otherwise, you're losing control and weakening your... You are unable simply to strengthen your defenses if you use them on just one line.
Alright, so that's a 1-1. You know, Rush Second even able to tie up the games. So yeah, let's see if Tenpox can do a comeback and you know, if this throws him off, maybe, you know, maybe Rush Second figured out how to play his deck, and maybe Tenpox is gonna need to, you know, maybe Rush Second did small changes to his deck in between the matches and noticed, okay, that didn't work, and now he figured out the good deck. Let's see.
These players are surely full of secrets and surprises. You have no idea what they called.
Indeed. So, next match, Tenpox with the Rush Second, starting at 2 a.m. 2-2. You got it? We'll start in 3, 2, 1.
It's Minion Masters! Forced to duel! Start expending mana! Go, go, go!
Go, go, go! Indeed!
Done by dying method.
And
You fight.
we see the Last Stand again. The Last Stand seems like such a must pick up in this first round, right? The value you get from those 8 Legionnaires is insane.
You see, he switched to Red Bull. Do you think he will be summoning and we will be able to see a Red Golem tonight?
Maybe, but you know, the Red Golem at the Red Bull, I'm not sure if he's that strong, right? Red Bull might have a nice perk on level 2, but are you able to dish out 8 or you know, 10 minutes on the field against the Last Stand and Chain Lightning? We know Rush Second plays those. That's gonna be hard, I think. I'm not sure if Tenpox will be able to get value from the Red Bull ability.
Yeah, if you want Red Golem, you gotta bleed for it.
Alright, so your small Scrats getting blasted at the top with a Cannon Roller. And the Cannon Roller being protected there so nicely by the melee unit. The new Armored Scrat. So it just seems like Rush Second is slowly taking the bridges, and his win condition seems to be the Last Stand, right? It takes it slow, uses the Last Stand, pushes in a few damage, waits for the next Last Stand, and here we go! Who are you? You just predicted the Colossus. How did you know? Wow, but the Cannon Roller is the perfect answer for that Colossus, right? That's just so good for Rush Second to actually have picked up that card.
You see how well and expertly it dashes back.
Indeed. Like, it proves a smart choice of deck building, right? You have 20 minutes, you see the option, there is a Colossus. Right, let's go Cannon Roller then. If the enemy plays Colossus, I have an answer.
I don't think if there is any card that forcibly manipulates the Colossus, the Golem, such as the Cannon Roller does.
Damn, but Rush Second just got, you know, his Annihilator got wrecked at the top at the Last Stand. And now his only answer is his own Last Stand, right?
Out of the way.
And they get Shock Rocked, stunned. That's 1,500 damage before Rush could finally find an answer and deal with the enemy Last Stand, right? That's so much. Well, yeah, we see the deck building choices here. Rush second, obviously seeing the choices that the players have. They could play Last Stand in the first round. They could play Colossus. They can play Crossbow Dudes. And he is ready for the Colossus. He is ready with Cannon Roller and the Snake Druid, which is smart choices for that. And has a Chain Lightning and Annihilator to be able to deal with the Last Stands.
No, I see a lot of people complaining about the Colossus' power being diminished, and that he's weakened to that extent that he has lost, I believe, 200 health points.
Yeah, he was nerfed a lot in the
So
latest
he
patch.
no longer has the tank capacity as he did before, but I believe it's perfectly balanced now. You know, people simply now are able to deal with it somehow.
Indeed, people got used to it way more than they were at the start. When starting the game, you seem to struggle against that card. And right now, and people, like especially the higher tier people, know how to deal with the Colossus. And as we see in this game, Tempax is getting no value from the Colossus, right? The Colossus is being dealt with so easy.
Each time he summons a Colossus, there is a cannon roller waiting for him on the other side.
Indeed. But Tempax somehow turned this around. He's using the Last Stand to a better extent than Rush Second is. And, you know, Rush Second really struggles to find a complete or a good answer or use his answers correctly. I think he's on a bad cycle, to be honest. Like, the Annihilator always comes in too late. The Annihilator is not up when it needs to be up against the Last Stand. And now Tempax with a show-off, you know, having 10 minions on the field. And that ability really doing a lot of damage here.
So within a perfect position, Annihilator is able to eradicate the entire Last Stand with 2 rocket shots.
Indeed. I mean, if you look at this now, Tempax is so free. He has all the time in the world to build up an army, get 10 minutes on the field, and activate the show-off ability. While Rush Second, you know, is just struggling to hold onto his life. And he's not even close to taking the bridges. He's just trying to get stuff away from... Oh my god, that Chain Lightning! Oh. Rush Second now reaching level 3. Will this help him win the game? Will this help him turn around?
And yeah, Tempax is really close to reaching the Mana Frenzy.
Indeed, Tempax already 175 experience. That is getting dangerous for Rush Second. He needs to hurry up.
If Rush Second doesn't do something swiftly, it's gonna cost him dearly.
Indeed. That's 20 experience,
But,
17 left.
Obviously, let's see.
And here comes the first value of the Colossus I think we see in this game, killing an Annihilator. But the Cannon Roller is already ready again. You know, Cannon Roller again dealing with the Colossus. That's a dead and sad Colossus. And I wonder, you know, if you were in Tempax's position and you played Tempax's deck right now, you played Colossus 4 or 5 times, would you pick it again or do you switch it out for the next round?
I would cast it aside.
I mean,
you simply can't use it against players who have a lot of knowledge and experience. They will find a way to manipulate it.
oh my god, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but this was such a big comeback here from Rush Second. He just completely turned this game around. He was so back, so far behind. Tempax, you know, not getting a foot in his game, and then suddenly just one attack and no answer is
What
enough.
a surprise! Even though he has reached for the Mana Frenzy, he could not hold his ground any longer.
Indeed, he just reached Mana Frenzy even, so he should be able to, you know, dish out a lot of cards, but it was just a second too late. So yeah, do you think it was one of the reasons that he lost this game was because of the Colossus? And
Yeah.
the huge mana that he lost there?
You
And
simply can't cast aside and spend so many resources you need.
yeah.
Nine.
So
Each time he spent 9 mana, Rush Second needed only 4 mana to crush his plan.
indeed, man. I think, I think, I'm guessing here now, but I think Timbucks will switch that one out. Just noticing after he didn't get any value from that here, he's gonna be thinking, okay, wait, this is not the play. This is not the way I'm gonna play. This is not the win condition I need. I'm gonna go for something else. Maybe since he's playing Radbow, maybe even switch in a cheaper unit and have more units on the field. So yeah, let's check that one out.
Just think about it logically. Colossus is moving in slow motion, while his tiny minions are running swiftly across the map.
Yeah,
It doesn't
indeed.
match. It doesn't match. You need minions that are simply athletes.
Yeah, you need something to support the Colossus
Yeah.
and go with him at the same speed. Indeed. So yeah, let's see how he changes his decks up and what are his choices are. Next game, Timbucks versus Rush Second, played at 207. You ready?
Yeah, Colossus by itself is not enough to win the game for you. You have to support it till it gets to the enemy mast and strike it. You can't just let it walk alone blindly. You have to support your card all the time.
Indeed. Are you ready to join in the next match? Timbucks versus Rush Second, played at 207.
Got it.
Alright. Starting in 3, 2, 1.
2, 1.
Welcome to Minion Masters. Let's get freaky.
Let's kick some monster ass.
Okay, again we see Rush Second. It looks like staying with a completely same deck, right? It looks like the same cards he played before, and Timbucks switching to Setsubek again, and away from Redbow. I guess he's trying to, find the way to the face of Rush Second. Oh, the Annihilator getting work done here. No! This stun coming right on time. Killing the Annihilator and saving all those Legionnaires. Yeah, well, I think Timbucks' plan right now is, since people have weird decks and are not able to counter probably, let's go Setsu jump the face every few seconds.
You see, this is what you've been talking about all the time. No matter how powerful your card is, if you support it, it's gonna get much stronger than it is.
Indeed, I think
And
Rush...
here, a simple shockwave stone was enough for 2 or 3 legionnaires. I don't recall how many of them were standing before the line of the bridge on the bottom side. Was more than enough to crush Annihilator.
Indeed, the
In less
Annihilator
than
got...
2 seconds.
Yeah, he just got blasted away. But the thing is as well, Rush Second, I feel is misplaying the Annihilator. He's not getting the value that he could, right? He's sending the Annihilator pretty much all the time alone, or without any support, with nothing to tank for him.
Yeah, he's making a fatal mistake by summoning it blindly. He has to wait for Tempex to pull up a massive wave of his minions and then summon Annihilator to deal with it.
See, there we go. Timbucks is doing exactly what you just said. He has the warrior in the front, the Annihilator in the back. Annihilator is going to deal with this wave and of the last stand, and yeah, get great value there.
Yeah, he's learning from his mistakes, and that's good. He's
And
no longer just stacking them up.
Here we go. That's a big attack. Wow, the Colossus, Succubus, and the Setsu. That's going to be a lot of damage. Rush Second doesn't really have a way to deal with this right now. He had the Chain Lightning to kill the Succubus, but there's still so much left. And the Cleaver hitting again, 300. One more hit and it's game. Wow. The stun coming just in time to buy a few more seconds of life. But wow, that attack, that coordination, you know, having the the cleaver, my bad, the cleaver, the succubus, and the setsu, you know, is insane. Setsu and the succubus being really awesome support for the cleaver, and the cleaver just, you know, finishing and hacking away at your HP. So that's
Yeah,
2-2.
they're just gonna crush the blockade for Cleaver and allow him to penetrate the area.
Indeed. So yeah, that's a 2-2. That's our first, you know, already match game. Let's see who's able to take the first win of the tournament. Maybe Timpox, the former champion of the last King Puff tournament, or Rush. Let's check it out.
Yeah, we know they're both strong players, but let's see who has more stamina.
Starting in 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Ready for trouble.
The arena of Timpox looking so devilish. He's out for some trouble indeed. So, I don't think Rush made any changes here. I think he's just sticking with his deck. But maybe that's a smart choice. I'm not sure. You know, getting used to the deck you're
In
playing.
this arena, yeah. When did I craft this delicate ornamentation into?
Oh god. So, again, once again, Rush second uses his last stand here so well. And the stun, killing the succubus, that is such a big thing here. The succubus...
Yeah, she wasn't able to dash backwards
Indeed.
due to the effect of stun.
And here, we again, the same thing we see all the time, or we said earlier, the Annihilator being spawned alone and getting killed easily. I think you should have spawned them in the back and maybe dealt with both waves at the same time, maybe, or with a little tank in front, you know. And then it would be alive and maybe get more value.
And here comes the Cleaver to save the day. Alright, yeah.
Yeah, the Cleaver, man, it's getting dealt with all the cannon fodder. The poor archers, man, being used to buy a little bit of time and getting thrown away into the Cleaver sword.
Yeah, I mean, it means really a lot. If you have something to assimilate 300 damage for you.
Indeed. The Cleaver attack being so slow and so easily dealt with. But if that thing reaches your face, you're gonna have a bad time. The succubus at the bottom lane now, he can't stun it this time, and she is just dealing with all those legionnaires. All 4 of them died and she's still alive.
You know, Tempest actually had a really interesting plan. He wished for the cannon roller to deal with a group of the last 10 legionnaires.
Man, this split of Tempest though of the last 10 was really, really good. He noticed that the Annihilator was coming on the bottom lane, so he just split it 6-2. 6 legionnaires top, 2 in the bottom. You know, because the Annihilator will deal with him anyway. So you would think...
Yeah, you have to play really carefully around that one.
Again, the Cleaver getting dealt with by archers, you know. They're just buying time for the bigger units to come in. And here's the Annihilator by 10 bucks. Wow, that's 5 legionnaires at the top lane just getting dealt with so easily. So he didn't play that earlier. 10 bucks definitely switched that one in later on in this match. And I think it's a great choice. I mean, as soon as you notice the enemy's playing legionnaires and, you know, last stand, why just not take the Annihilator? Because that's got to be one of the best cards to deal with him. Maybe Fireball, but they couldn't
Did
play
you
that
notice
one.
that Tempex actually combines a warrior and annihilator?
Wow, look at that! Look at that ability
uses
timing.
The warrior as a shield, and the annihilator simply covers him from behind.
10 bucks really stepping up the game right now. The perfect tanking of the Setsu, tanking the Annihilator at the bottom, and the archers behind to do the damage. And even the wow, look at this, man. The Colossus, oh my god, I'm sorry, yes. The Cleaver tanking for the Annihilator. You got me way into the Colossus theme. I'm looking for the next one right now. Damn, but this game, they seem really clunky. Both players just trying to get the last stand to be their win condition, you know. I don't think that's a smart way of playing this matchup. I just think that, you know, Rush Second has a way to deal with Tempox just by holding a bitch with his Stormbringer. Why not go for more bridge control? Why is he leaving the Annihilator alone again? Why not spawn the archers at the top? You know, he's just aiming for the last stand. Apparently, it seems like it. Oh my god! That last stand lightning bolt, that was insane! The snake druid, you know, dealing with the cleaver and would have been killed by the lightning bolt, but the last stand comes in right at the last second to save him. That was really well done by Rush. And really unfortunate for Tempox. So yeah, Rush Second, reaching
Do you know
number 3.
precisely and accurately how much time does it take for the lightning bolts to strike at a random opponent? A second or two?
I think it is 1 second. The normal the minion delay spawn is a half a second, right? And the spells is 1 second, I think. Maybe with someone in chat can confirm this. But there's a small delay on the cards. I think there's a small delay on cards overall, like half a second on all the cards being played, then a little bit of traveling time on the spells. Maybe Lightning Bolt only takes half a second because of normal delay.
Yeah, but there were no legionnaires on his side of the map when the spell was casted. So, right in the moment I saw the animation of the lightning bolt coming through the skies, he used the legionnaires and simply eliminated the effect.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, that was really unfortunate for Tempox, right? The lightning bolt was casted perfectly. There was nothing on the board, and Rush Second just had a good luck time. That lightning bolt was really weird. What was it trying to kill there? That was after the Legionnaires have spawned. Well, that perfect defense from Tempox here. One Annihilator clearing all that up. So yeah, I'm just getting info that there's a specific delay on every card. But
You know, I remember one of your previous streams I've been watching. You were suggesting people to wait for their opponents to run out of mana and then use the lightning bolt to get rid of one unit.
indeed, I mean, if you're in a good position and the enemy is, you know, far behind, you can use lightning bolt aggressive against smaller units. But on that second right there, I mean, there was a last stand up at archer dudes, crossbow dudes. That's no value for a lightning bolt, right?
Also, one concerning this lightning bolt. If you use the black hole, simply assimilate all the minions in the area into it. Will the lightning bolt strike at them as well, include them, or it will simply strike at the minion that's on the map, on the open?
No, it will just, those will not be counted. They can't be hit. So it's
So,
just gonna be...
so these minions will be ignored.
Yeah, indeed. The ones in the black hole are gonna be ignored, and yeah.
So this is also a way to ensure that your lightning bolt hits the right target.
Indeed, if you can use the black hole correctly, and you know, hide away the minions that you don't want to hit with your lightning bolt, that's definitely a way to that's definitely the way to deal with them. Apparently we are dropping some frames. Not sure what is the reason though.